Hey guys, so just wanted to take a quick break from the normal subject matter of my channel, which is pranks and hacking and stuff like that, to talk about something that really made me laugh in the last couple of days. So I was talking to a friend of mine, and I asked her if she had any plans for Cinco de Mayo, and she said to me, no, because she's not Mexican, which I thought was hilarious, and I thought she was kidding. But the more I talk to people, the more people infer to me that they think that Cinco de Mayo is a Mexican holiday, which is ridiculous to me because it's not. It's an American holiday. In fact, only one small town in Mexico celebrates or observes Cinco de Mayo. I mean, look, the rest of the country is drinking margaritas too, but for a completely different reason. It's like if I called my friends in Arizona and, on March 5th, and I was like, guys, happy Mardi Gras. They'd be like, what are you talking about? It's a Louisiana thing. There seems to be like a lot of confusion as to the holiday and the history of it. People think it's Mexican Independence Day. I get that a lot too. We'll be like, well, happy, Mexican Independence Day, the Cinco de Mayo, you fellas earned it, so good for you. That's not accurate, but no one cares. So I thought I'd clear that up. Just to give you a brief history of Cinco de Mayo, around 1861, the president of Mexico, Benito Juarez, realized he was in too much debt. Just the country had no money, and they owed a lot of money to Britain, France, and Spain. So he sent off a letter in July, I believe July 17th, and said, hey, I'm not going to be able to pay you guys for like 2 years, so I need you to hold off. So obviously Britain and France and Spain didn't like that very much. So they got on fleets and they came all the way to Mexico, to Veracruz, and they were like, we need our money. Well, to be honest with you, I don't have the money, so what are you going to do? I don't know if they said that. I don't know what the conversation was like. So Mexico was actually able to negotiate with Britain and Spain, and they dipped. They were like, all right, cool, we'll see you in 2 years, I guess. But France was not about that kind of life. France was like, I think. I don't know. Probably not, but yeah. I'll probably edit that out. France decided they're not leaving. France saw this as an opportunity to sort of take over Mexico and expand their empire. And they did a great job. They totally took down Veracruz and they pushed the Mexican government back all the way up until they got to Puebla, where 8,000 Frenchmen faced off against 4,000 ill-equipped Mexicans. And that's the point, is that they were outgunned, outmatched, and outnumbered. People don't talk about this fact, but those 8,000 Frenchmen had actually never been defeated before. And then they fought until the 4,000 Mexicans were able to defeat the 8,000 Frenchmen. And that happened on May 5th, which would be known as Cinco de Mayo, and in that little area in Puebla as the Battle of Puebla. What does that have to do with the United States of America? Nothing. This occurred between 1861 and 1862, and you have to remember what was happening at that time in the United States of America. It was a country divided, the Civil War. Southern side of it, you had the Confederacy. Now France, being the imperialistic nation that it was, had plans to defeat Mexico, establish an empire, and then march north and actually help the Confederacy defeat the North. And there's a good chance they actually might have been successful. But because Mexico was able to stop the French from advancing, it gave the United States of America enough time to get its shit together. And that's not theory, by the way, because the victory of Mexico was short-lived. France came back a few years later and actually occupied Mexico for like 7 years. But they were not able to march north, already defeated the South, and they were ready to halt any French invasion. And so I've also heard the argument, well, this didn't occur on U.S. soil, so why would we celebrate it? You know what else didn't occur on U.S. soil? The end of almost every major war that the U.S. has participated in, VE Day, when the United States of America, with a little help of other countries, defeated the Nazis. You celebrate that May 8th, VE Day, here. Didn't happen on American soil. I think I may have triggered a few of you. Everybody knows it was a joint effort where everybody helped equally. And then you're wondering, how does Mexico fit into that? The Zimmerman Telegraph. It's when the Germans asked Mexico to invade. Yeah, Mexico, you will invade the United States and we will be right there. No, I don't think so. It's probably not a good idea. I think we're going to stay here. Could have invaded and did not. So, in many ways, that's twice Mexico has saved the United States' butt. So, if you're American or not, I hope you enjoy Cinco de Mayo, unless you're French. I guess it's like the one day where people stop giving you shit about losing to the Germans and give a shit about losing to the Mexicans. I understand people these days are just so like, oh, celebrating Cinco de Mayo without being Mexican is cultural appropriation. No, it's not. Nobody cares. Promise you that no Mexican is like, whoa, I better not see anybody drinking some tequila on Cinco de Mayo, because that's our day, because it isn't, unless you're from Puebla. Like, unless you have roots there, like, I don't see how that's your business. I'm pretty sure Puebla would be stoked to know that other people around the world are celebrating a battle and victory. Just want to get that off my chest, do away with some misconceptions. Hope you enjoyed. Next video, we'll be back to the normal subject matter. All right, I'll talk to you guys later.